Coming up on Wavelength, LCRA bringing an old reservoir back to life in Lampasas County. LCRA's Environmental Lab celebrates its 20th anniversary. Many interns find more than just a summer job at LCRA. All that much more next.
From the Lower Colorado River Authority is Wavelength.
The creation of this new river authority will help electrify rural Texas.
And so today, we gather here to dedicate this mighty structure, Buchanan Dam.
But this has been a great organization for 6 years. It's going to be a great organization for a long time to come.
Hi everyone, welcome to the September 2002 edition of Wavelength. Well, the workforce at LCRA has never been more diverse. There's of course diversity in race and gender, but also in other areas such as work experience, age, and educational background. One new LCRA is aimed at bringing in young, talented employees with built-in job experience. Take a look at these bright young faces and remember them. You never know, you just might be working with or even for some of them in the near future. These are just some of the 65 interns working at the LCRA this summer. Surveying and mapping, water services, legal services, safety, accounting, literally all areas of the company. Indeed, LCRA has always had summer jobs for students.
We love to have you here.
But today, LCRA is actively recruiting the best students on college campuses in Texas to fill these positions, hoping that many will return after graduation and make a career here.
LCRA is actually a great place to sell. It helps me as a recruiter go out and market LCRA and promote it. Our ethics, our mission statement, our values as a company, our unique culture.
Selena Gonzalez and Megan O'Malley are seniors at Southwest Texas State. Geology majors specializing in GIS. That's Geographic Information Systems, which uses satellite technology to map points on the Earth. This summer, they're helping create maps that show flood easements on LCRA properties.
That was my whole goal, was when I got an internship, was hopefully find a place that I could think about making a career out of, and this is someplace I'd like to do it.
Jabad?
Curtis Winans will be a freshman engineering student at UT this fall. He recently received a $2,000 scholarship from LCRA and this summer internship in water services. He's helping gather and enter data about water use in the rice irrigation districts. Curtis says that the scholarship money and summer job have made it financially possible for him to attend college this year.
It's really a good feeling to know that there are companies who are willing to invest in people my age and set something up for the future for us.
These are plans for the 6 or more dams that LCRA owns.
Annika Trevino is a senior engineering student at UT. This summer she's working with LCRA engineers on a structural safety survey of Mansfield Dam. She hopes to continue part-time in the fall.
You don't find a lot of engineering students who actually work, but I have for the past 2.5 years, and I'm used to it, and I need it. So I asked him how they felt about part-time at LCRA, and so he's kind of shooting for me to work here part-time, about 15 to 20 hours a week.
For all of you striving to work your way up the corporate ladder, remember the story of LCRA's Elof Soderberg. In 1941, he started as a high school summer intern in the LCRA mailroom. Later, while studying engineering at UT, Elof worked part-time. After graduation, he was hired full-time, later became chief engineer, and went on to serve as LCRA general manager from 1981 to 1986. So it can be done, and who among this group may follow his lead?
LCRA's 3 irrigation districts, Lakeside, Garwood, and Gulf Coast, provide water for about 70,000 acres of rice and row crops in Colorado, Wharton, and Matagorda counties. These employees often work alone in remote locations using heavy equipment. They are exposed to extreme weather conditions and often work around swift water. inhabited by snakes and alligators. All of this makes the recent accomplishment by employees at the Gulf Coast Irrigation District in Bay City even more amazing.
This is a tribute to everyone.
This group of 20 has worked for the past 10 years without a lost time accident. That equates to some 230,000 labor hours. They also drive a combined 500,000 miles per year.
It's a phenomenal record that our folks can really be proud of, and one that the management team and the executive team of LCRA tries to instill in our employees every day.
Supervisors cooked the steak lunch, and each employee received a Leatherman tool, a new LCRA shirt and cap, and the satisfaction of a job well done.
I think all of our people truly care about one another. They watch out for each other by having safety meetings regularly. Before any project, they will have their tailboard sessions. Any difficult task, they're going to talk through it, talk about safety issues, talk about hazards, and protect one another in that way.
The 3 irrigation districts have a combined total of 750,000 labor hours without a lost time accident. Their next big goal, 1 million hours.
LCRA employees and customers came together recently to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the LCRA Environmental Lab. This state-of-the-art facility has come a long way from its humble beginnings in 1982.
Buck Henderson founded the lab, and it was primarily doing boiler water analysis at the time, and he was working out at the Gideon power plant and decided that they could do work for all the other power plants and some of the water quality programs that were starting back then.
This is where the fire started on Monday morning, September 26th.
This was a dark day in LCRA history when Austin firefighters were called to battle an early morning blaze that destroyed much of the environmental lab on Lake Austin Boulevard. Rising from the ashes came the new environmental lab on Montopolis Drive, which was officially opened in October 1997.
Coming to drop off samples?
Today, the lab has a staff of 32 and performs a wide range of services for the LCRA and outside customers like TNRCC and the Texas Department of Health.
And this year has been our most successful year in the 20 years that we've been in business. We have exceeded all of our financial goals. We have achieved a major safety milestone by having no lost time accidents for 20 years of operation and being in several locations.
And we do a lot of drinking water testing.
Roland Garcia has been with the Environmental Lab since 1985. He's been a big part of the growth and modernization of these facilities.
Even after 17 years, it's not stale at all. There's always new technology, there's always new challenges, new requirements, new areas, new clients. It's really been a very good career, very fascinating for me.
The lab performs sampling and analysis on many different types of material, everything from drinking water and hazardous waste to soils and animal tissue. Often these test results are used as evidence in criminal investigations.
There's a lot of water pollution investigations going on here in Central Texas, and it's actually ramping up as we train more police officers. We get more detection, and then we have more cause to go sample and make cases on people.
So here's to the lab staff for 20 years of environmental protection and 20 years of safe work.
This old reservoir in Lampasas County was built in 1917 by the Santa Fe Railroad. Old steam locomotives used to stop here for fuel and water as they made their way through central Texas. Today, the railroad is gone and the reservoir has long since dried up, but that's all about to change. The LCRA is currently renovating the old reservoir so that it can hold water once again, this time to serve the city of Lomita and surrounding areas.
Water source from the city of Lampasas was going to go away, and if it did not go away, then the price was going to exponentially go up. So they were certainly concerned about that. Like many of our customers who have acquired, they were concerned about new regulations, stricter regulations, being able to meet those. Certainly concerned about the financial capability of being able to build the facilities to meet those needs. Plus, they were looking for something that would provide economic growth incentives in the area.
The construction project includes 10 miles of pipeline from the Colorado River to the reservoir, the dam itself, a state-of-the-art water treatment plant, and the river intake structure.
This feature here will, anything over the normal lake level, given a foot, will start to run through this emergency runaround. This takes care of the water so it will not top the dam earthen structure and breach the structure.
Redesigning and engineering the reservoir has been a long and sometimes difficult process. It's also been more costly than anticipated. But despite the hurdles, the project is proceeding, much to the delight of the customers who will soon receive water from the reservoir.
It's been a good project for this area. Brought in a lot of employees for the businesses in town, the flat fixers and the restaurants, and the payroll's pretty good for a lot of people here.
The 90-acre reservoir will also be a great recreational attraction for the region. LCRA will stock the lake with fish and build a park, complete with a pavilion and a fishing pier. Swimming will be allowed, but because it's a drinking water supply, boating will be restricted on the lake. Forbes says they hope to complete the project and be providing treated water to Lomita next summer.
Together again.
Managers, board members, retirees, and employees from all over the company got together again in Rockney for the 2002 LCRA Employee Awards Luncheon. Employees are recognized for achievements in safety, environmental protection, and volunteerism. Emil Sodolak is one of 15 employees who received the General Manager's Community Service Award for outstanding volunteer efforts in the community. Why does he do it?
Because we live in a community that we serve, and the people that we're serving through these volunteer efforts are our neighbors and family. I have 2 kids and a wife, and we, I want to see and I want to show them that how important it is to give whenever you can, and give back, because that's what it's all about.
Bubba coordinates all safety initiatives at the Sim Gideon plant.
Both individual and team awards were given for achievement in environmental protection and safety.
We talk about safety. That's a directive from the board. The board told Joe, this will be a safe organization. And he could have sent a bunch of plans and rules and regulations down to you guys and expected y'all to do it. But that's not really the way it worked out. Y'all embraced it because you believe in it and you understand it and you know it's the right thing to do.
265 employees were recognized for 5 to 30 years of service to the company. They represent some 3,800 years of work experience at LCRA.
So it was a real pleasure for me to be able to lead the ceremony today. It's a lot of fun. It's something I really enjoy, and it's an opportunity for us to say thank you for jobs well done for this last year.
This month on Board Profile, meet Ray Wilkerson of Travis County. Ray Wilkerson is no stranger to public service. He served for 13 years under Governor Clements and Governor Bush on the Texas Rehabilitation Commission. And in 2001, Governor Perry appointed Ray to serve on the LCRA board. Ray is president of Ray Wilkerson Companies, Inc., a commercial real estate development business. He and his wife Karen have been married for 31 years and have 2 daughters. Ray says serving on the LCRA board has been a tremendous learning experience.
You could have electricity, you could have transmission, you could have water, you could have conservation. There's so many facets of the LCRA that could be a standalone company. But what Joe Beal and what the staff has done is pull together a company that is one company.
One of Ray's great passions these days is the Heart Gift Foundation. He is a founding member of this charitable organization which brings children from around the world to Austin for life-saving heart surgery.
That's been the most exciting part of it, is the community involvement. We've had airlines that have donated their time. We've had the hospitals, such as Children's Hospital of Austin, Brackenridge Children's Hospital, has donated so much of their time. They give us like 2 free surgeries a year, and then they give us surgeries at cost after that. We've got anesthesiologists, and we've got cardiologists, and we've got the surgeons, and we've got, the most exciting thing has been the community outpouring. We have had churches that have just taken on these families as a project, and the outreach that this has caused, both in the community and internationally, has been exciting to experience.
In September, a child from Nicaragua will be operated on here, and in October, HeartGift is bringing in a child from a refugee camp in the Gaza Strip in Israel. Their motto, mending hearts, one gift at a time.
Price Select 2003 was presented to the committee.
Ray is very supportive of the diversity program at LCRA, especially as it relates to opportunities for people with disabilities. But he feels LCRA's true legacy relates to its protection of the environment.
We don't inherit the natural resources, the rivers and the land, from our parents. We borrow it from our children. We want to make it where the river system and the natural resources are better when we're gone than when we started. And I think the staff and the administration of this board is totally committed to that process.
Ray Wilkerson's term on the LCRA board expires in 2007. Well, that's it for this edition of Wavelength. We'll look forward to seeing you again next time.